Hey everyone, Joe here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can tether your camera to Lightroom in 2006. Now, this also applies to both DSLRs, your older digital SLR cameras, as well as your modern digital mirrorless cameras. Now, you will need a camera that supports tethering. Most DSLRs and mirrorless cameras do. However, not all cameras are created equal, so do check, make sure yours does support tethering. Most likely, if it has a USB interface, it does. But like I said, not all cameras do. Alrighty. So, I mentioned one thing, you will need USB. You will also need a USB cable. Now, this particular one I have here is USB-C because that's what fits my Canon R50. However, if you're using like an older Canon camera, like for example, my 80D I have on the shelf behind me, you're going to need an older USB-A type cable. Now, you will need a very long cable depending on where you're going to be shooting. And it's not uncommon to have cables 2 or 3, 4, 5 meters long to accommodate this. Most people will either be running to a laptop or their desktop, depending on the size of their studio. So yeah, you will need a cable. Make sure you get a good cable. If you have connection issue problems, even if the cable is USB-C like this one, don't plug into USB 3. Try a USB 2 port if you have issues. Although if you don't have any issues with the USB 3, count yourself lucky because that is a sticking problem sometimes. Well, like I said, one easily avoided just by using USB 2.0. Alrighty. That said, let's flip the camera over here and I'll show you how to plug in the cable as if you didn't already know. So you get the camera here. There's going to be a USB port on the back. In Canon's case, they got these god-awful little rubbery covers I hate. And you'll see that it is, USB-C right here. And you just plug it in and you're good to go. Alrighty. So let's hop over here to Lightroom and I'll show you how to do all this. Okay, now that we got Lightroom pulled up here on the desktop, there's another thing to do. Turn on your camera. I know. A lot of educational information in this video. Make sure your camera is turned on. Then, once you've done that, you'll probably notice on the back of the screen, it's probably got like a little computer icon and a battery charger, for example, on the back of my R50 here. That will vary from camera to camera and from model to model. But generally, you'll see like a little camera or computer icon on the back of your screen once it's detected that you're tethered. All right. Now, you have to click on File inside Lightroom here, and you'll notice you'll go down, it says Tethered Capture. That's pretty easy. Just click on Start Tethered Capture. And it's going to pull up this nice little screen here. Now, for this session name, I did Studio Session Tutorial because I'm making a tutorial for you. And you have a few options here. I purposely like to use like this session name and sequence because if I'm setting up like a type of portrait session or whatever, I'll put in like the client's name and possibly the date in the sequence. That way everything will be recorded in that sequence. But, everybody has their own way of like doing things. Destination, pay attention to this. Not everybody keeps their photography collection in the Windows portrait or picture section of the Windows system. I don't. So when you go down to destination, hit choose and choose the location to where your photos are actually located. I keep mine on external drives, so I had to point mine to the external drives. All right. Got a few other options here. I just mostly avoid those and just click OK. Now, once it detects it, it says, yes, Canon EOS R50 and the name, and we'll go good to go right here. Now, you got your developed settings. You can have developed settings hop in by default, all these right here. So that way you can automatically apply them. Like if you have some portrait templates already set up to kind of get you an idea what you're going for, especially if you got like a client want to come look at the photos and stuff, and you might have, say, like a beauty portrait session, template already set up. You can choose that here and it'll automatically apply those. Then you can go in and do the fine tuning. But this at least give you an idea what the image can look like for your client at least. So you can do that. You can also change your aperture, your shutter, ISO, all that good stuff. Alrighty. Now, if you want to use live mode, and you can click on it, and then it'll show you a screen in the background. Now, mine's got this autofocus stuff popping up on the screen here in case you're wondering what that is. And you can move this little bar. So you those little glitches you see it's just autofocus stuff. It's trying to focus on something. So ignore that. But yeah, that's your autofocus. You can also choose the points, spot, expand area, all those same. If you want to do spot autofocus, it'll pop up there. And that should help with, the glitching and stuff on the screen. But yeah, that's why. A single point autofocus, put back there. And like I said, you can adjust here. But yeah, this lets you tether and shoot everything. Now, you can close this out and it just takes you out of live mode. However, once you close out the bar down here on the screen, you're done with your tethering session and it disconnects from the camera. But that's simply it. That's how easy it is to tether to Lightroom in 2006. Okay, everybody. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, how about give me a thumbs up? Thumbs up's always highly appreciated. Now, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribing is free. It's for you and lets you know when I release more videos. And speaking of which, please make sure you do ring that bell icon, especially if you want to be notified when I do release new videos. I'm really trying to grow the channel and mean a lot to me if you did ring that bell icon, especially if you enjoy these type of videos. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please post them down the description down the comments section below, and I'll try to answer those. Also, if you have any suggestions for new videos, you can put those down there as well. But anyway, if you're interested in joining any of our social media groups, like I have my own Discord channel I'm trying to grow up, there's a Facebook group and a few others. Like I said, I'll have all those posted down below. But anyway, that's it for this video one. Thank you for watching.